How to cook mushroom fricassee. Hi guys, welcome back. My name is James Howe, this is Chef at Home. We're going to be continuing my series today of some of my favourite go-to lean meals. Now this particular dish is such a go-to for me because it feels like a cheat when it's not. It's really easy to do, it is low calorie, but it's still dead good. But before we get onto that, 2 orders of business. The first, somebody sent me this cup. It says Chefosaurus. It's proper good that, but I don't know who sent it to me because they didn't send a card. So if it's you, let me know so I can thank you properly. And secondly, we are on the YouTube, so I'm going to ask you to do some YouTube things. And like and subscribe and all that jazz. Done it? Good. Let's crack on. So the first thing we do here is backwards. That's because the fricassee itself is so quick. I'm going to put my garnish on first. So you could do potatoes or pasta, but for me I'm going to do some rice. Gives it a bit of that stroganoff sort of vibe. So pour in some rice into your pan. I'm going to do the absorption method, which is 2 to 1, 1 part rice, 2 parts water. That one bad, guess that. Straight onto the boil and we'll flavour that shortly. Onto the fricassee, medium heat on the pan, and just a small knob of coconut oil. While that's melting, I'm just going to finely slice an onion. This is only a little one, so I'm going to use the full thing, but if you had a big one like a Spanish onion, you could probably get away with half or even a quarter. And into the pan. Then in with that, about a teaspoon of minced garlic. So I've got some mushrooms, lovely chestnut mushrooms. And I'm just going to peel these. Take the stalks out, slice down a little bit thicker than what the onions were. Now with your mushrooms into the pan, give that a good stir around. After a couple of minutes of sauteing these mushrooms, I'm just going to add about half a teaspoon whole grain mustard. You can use French or deep or English or whatever you fancy. Now with your traditional fricassee, you'd get to this point and then you'd fold in a velouté sauce, which is roux based. Got lots of butter, lots of flour, fats and carbs. We're trying to reduce all that to keep this nice and lean. So removing that velouté, I need to replace it with something. So I'm going to use creme fraiche. Creme fraiche, if you get the full fat stuff, there's no added sugars or preservatives. It still has that lovely rich creamy taste, but it's not as fattening as just using cream. 2 tablespoons, that should do the trick. And just stir that around. Now turn this right down and then just a little splash of vegetable stock. And just a little bit of seasoning, small dash of paprika. Now I've got some flat leaf parsley here. Now if you're thinking, oh, flat leaf parsley, you're going to sprinkle that over the top. Very old hat, very 70s and 80s. Yeah, bugger that. What parsley does do really well is adds a level of freshness to a dish. So adding something right near the end imparts such a lovely fragrance into it. Rough chop, not too mad. Then split it into 3. Now the rice has been doing its thing at the back here for around about 10 minutes. Really not a lot in the way of water left in here. But what I am going to do is just put some of this fresh parsley through it. Now instantly it's fragranced, it's seasoned. Then we're marrying flavours. So parsley into the fricassee. Now the last second before we think about plating up. The parsley that went into the fricassee first off, it has enhanced it, it's fragranced it, it's seasoned it. But it's also started to discolour a little bit, even just after a few seconds. So at the very last moment, that last third of parsley in, and you keep that lovely green colour. Just plating up then, keeping things nice and simple. Rice into a pot, down to the plate, just like that. Singing, why am I singing? Hey. So there you have it guys, as easy as that. I told thee it were quick. Next Friday I'm continuing this series on healthy lean meals, but I've just forgotten what I'm doing. I'll check. Oh, that was it, that was beef chasseur. That's what I'm doing next week. So have fun trying out this mushroom fricassee. I'll see you next week for the beef chasseur. remembered. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon.